Happy Women's Day! This is Denise, Holistic Nutritionist. Today I'm going to give you my top 5 nutrients that all women need. And our first nutrient is iron. So iron is really important for hemoglobin production, our red blood cells, which give us oxygen, energy, keep us revitalized, our skin healthy and glowing. And so if we're not getting enough iron, especially women during menstruation, we lose 1 milligram of iron daily. And so if we're not getting enough of our iron, then you will have some symptoms of fatigue, of just all over tiredness, of possibly anemia symptoms. And so with iron, it's really, really important that we are getting enough. Meat sources like beef especially is a really, really good source of iron. However, if you're plant-based like myself, it's not always the best to be able to get our iron from plant sources. Spinach is often one food source that's talked about that has a lot of iron. It does, however, the absorption is really, really bad. And so this is where I turn to the Floridix liquid iron, where it has a really great formula of vegetables, of fruits, and they use a high absorbable, non-constipating form of iron called ferrous gluconate. And this overall formula has an absorption rate of over 98%. The second nutrient that I'd like to share with you guys is calcium. Now, calcium is always talked about when it comes to women's health. The bones, our bones are really, really important. And with calcium, although we can get a lot of calcium from food sources, it's really the cofactors that we're missing. The cofactors like magnesium, like vitamin D. With magnesium now, because of our topsoil being depleted, we are losing a lot of this magnesium in our food source. And vitamin D, with the extended periods of time indoors and the use of sunscreen, which I do endorse, but with the sunscreen, we don't get enough vitamin D in our system. And we need vitamin D. We also need magnesium to help with the calcium absorption and also for our bone health. And so this is why I like this calcium formula by Salus, which has calcium, but also magnesium and vitamin D. And the interesting formulation that Salus uses actually has a higher dosage of magnesium in comparison to calcium, because we can get calcium from food sources like our dairy and just broccoli, cruciferous vegetables, but it's the magnesium that we really lack. And so this also makes it a very safe supplement, because if you're only taking a calcium supplement, you could increase your risk of calcification. And moving on to our third nutrient is omega. Omega-3 really is for everybody, not just for women, because omega-3 is an essential fatty acid along with omega-6. And there are some food sources of omega-3, like your flax seeds, your chia seeds, your fatty fish. If you're having fish, I would prefer you to go for fish that has edible bones, like sardines. They're a great way to have some calcium in your diet. But for myself, I tend to like to go for a plant source of omega-3. And the reason for that is because omega-3 and 6 are very sensitive to heat, light, and oxygen. And so they're very delicate oils. And so if you are taking flax seeds and you're grinding them and you're milling them, then it can easily become rancid. And also, animal sources of omega-3 are 15 times more susceptible to the light, heat, and oxygen. So they're a lot more sensitive than plant-based omega-3 oils. And that's why I would choose this plant-based omega-369 oil blend by Udo's. And it is important to note that we do need to convert, our bodies need to convert the omega-3, the ALA, into the DHA and the EPA, where we need it for our brain, for our eyes, and for other parts of our cells. And so that is why I will supplement with the krill oil over fish oil, actually. I will supplement with the krill oil every so often just to make sure I'm getting that DHA, EPA directly. And our fourth nutrient is phytoestrogen. So today, in our modern day, where we are really surrounded with excess hormones, with endocrine disruptors in our food system, in our water, in our cosmetics even, this is where phytoestrogens can really come in and help us out, where we see increase in a lot of hormonal cancers like breast cancer. The phytoestrogens can help just expel and help move along the excess hormones that we're carrying around with us. So the phytoestrogen that I prefer is from lignans as opposed to isoflavones from soy, just because with soy we tend to generally get the genetically modified soy, and in general lignans from flax seeds would just be a safer option. One note though about flax meal, so if you're buying flax meal, be sure to get defatted flax meals, and that just goes back to the same reason with the omegas, is because omega-3s are very, very delicate oils. And so when you are milling or grinding your flax seeds and it's sitting in the bag in your cupboard, then it's exposed to air, exposed to heat, exposed to oxygen and light, and that's where you could get some rancid oils, and we don't want that. And lastly is our B complex. So with this modern day stressful lifestyle, we really are depleting our stores of B vitamins, and B vitamins are just so crucial for our health, for our detoxification pathways, our nerve health, energy production, metabolism, brain health. And so with B vitamins, I like to kind of rotate this on and off. But you can also find B vitamins in liver, in kidneys. Remember, if you're taking any kind of internal organs, this is really, really, really crucial that you are getting it from really good sources. And yeah, B vitamins are also found again in leafy green vegetables and your nuts and seeds. And so these are the 5 tips, 5 nutrients for women's health, and happy Women's Day.